Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. For the sisters, don't let his clothing keep you away from a good man. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long one. Now, what I say for the sisters, let me be clear. And this ain't just for the people, the women listening, this is for the men, because there's a lot of men who listen to the podcast on this channel and think I'm talking specifically about African American women. I was like, no, I got women, black women from the Caribbean listening, black women from Europe listening, black women from the continent of Africa listening, but also have Asian women listening, women from South America, white American women listening. I have all types. Let me just be clear on that. Now, but this one is specifically for African American women, because I've seen this behavior very minor in other communities, very, very minor. You might see it here and there, but it's been a major thing, and I've seen this for years. I see this to this day. Like I said, you get it in other communities, and they'll notice it. They'll notice the dynamic I'm about to go over, but it's heavily pronounced, and that's a real problem. Many African American women lose out on a good man just because they don't like how he dressed, or he ain't wearing some fly clothes. Now, as I said in a previous podcast, I get if the dude have dirty clothes on and he's dusty looking, his hair ain't right. I get that. Seriously. And I've told men on my Patreon, different places, wash your ass. I've told men, make sure your shit clean. I've told them. So I understand that, but sometimes what I've seen, and I've seen, well, not even sometimes, I've seen this a lot since I was young. I've seen this since I was young. A lot of black women, African American women specifically, they losing out on a guy because, he don't got the latest fly clothing. And I've even seen some women write this in books. They got a good guy, but they don't like his style or something like that. I've never seen other groups of women like harp on it. Like, yeah, they'll notice it. Like a couple of weeks ago when I had to take care of some business, I had a shirt and tie on. Went into this grocery store. I had primarily white female, workers in there, and most of them know me. And they made, they liked how I looked. They liked how I looked in the shirt and tie. They commented, had some good comments. But here's the difference. The same women were also very friendly to me when I be coming from the gym wearing sweats and stuff in there. So they no head, beard growing out, hair ain't like brushed or anything. They just as friendly. So this is a different dynamic. But I've seen situations even to this day. Now I said, I might be coming from the gym or something. I've seen like some sisters just kind of turn their nose up at me. Right? But then at the same time, the times I got the nice shirt and stuff on, they like, hey. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the same person. Like, there was one specific instance, and, usually I don't put people's stuff out there, but I'm going to be very descriptive about this. A person here, tough shit. But it was this bookstore I used to go into, and it was a sister, and, I thought she had it going on. 92 octane, she was just working there part-time. And the service or her attention paid to me when I would come in like some shorts or a t-shirt or something like that was very minimal, just enough. It was almost annoying. But then one time I came in there after an interview, I had on a nice suit. All of a sudden she was super friendly, And I was like, I'm the same person, you know. And I've seen that a lot. And see, that's one of the things I've seen. Like I talked about women not finding a competent man, but there's a lot of sisters saying, well, where the guys at? Where the guys at? And so busy looking for, you know, either that pretty boy or, you know, fine dude with all the style or something. Sometimes you get a dude, he ain't, you know, you passing over him. You're not showing him the same love. Now, here's the bad part about it. The dudes ain't bums. If you look at these shoes, the shoes got the heels on them, right? They ain't ran over. You know, the clothes might not be a Polo or, you know, Ralph Lauren or something or the latest jean style, but they still decent. They Levi's or something. You know, the shirt is still ironed and everything. But then even then, some sisters are like, oh, well, nah, he don't got no swag to him or something. And I'm just like, And I thought about that now. I talked about the competent man issue regarding all races. Because that's one thing. You go overseas and stuff. Women want competent men more overseas. Seriously. They want it more overseas. So that's a universal thing. But then, you know, when the sisters say it, often it come down to how he dressed, the surface thing. You know, my mentor, Master Yao and Yamache Morris, would call it form over function. He's actually talked about that. You know, you can't really tell. It's like, you know, he'll have the minimum. He will have the minimum. You know, but it's like, oh, well, you know, it ain't the latest style or it ain't flashy. It could be just ordinary. Like, I know a dude now. This dude, he actually had to change his style up to really get the attention from the sisters. But I'm like, well, his personality is pretty much the same thing. And I thought about that. I was like, wow, he was the same dude before. He just changed his style, let his hair grow out into some locks, and you know, wearing the flashier clothes, but you first saw him, he still clean clothes. They just weren't spectacular. And what I'm saying to the sisters listening, look, you really want a man. You really want a guy. It's reasonable to ask him to at least be clean. I don't have a problem with that. You know, it's reasonable. Yeah, he don't have to, if he dusty look, dirty looking and all of that, you know, it's reasonable to say, okay, at least be clean. But, you know, it just hit me about even that. A lot of women might call a guy who's just wearing some basic clothing, but they clean. They might still call him dusty. And that's an issue. That's almost another video specifically for the sisters. But this is all I had to say about this one. Don't let that clothing keep you away. Unless he's just physically, see, that's the thing too. I've talked to a lot of sisters about it. They'll say, well, the guy look all right, but you know, how he dressed or something. I still remember when I was still working in the government. I had a young girl, intern. She saw some shoes I wore. They weren't like the normal stylish shoes, but I liked them anyway. And she said, well, it might be a long time before you get married. I'm like, off my shoes? You know, I'm wearing a shirt and tie to work all the time. It's like, come on, you know? And I was thinking about that. I was like, wow. And I've seen that. I've seen too many sisters lose out on a guy just because it wasn't stylish. Like I said, I understand if it's dirty. That's understandable. But, you know, it might not be the latest style or like, you know, like Gucci or, you know, Polo or any of that. And I'm just like, that's not going to work. You talking about a good man. You talking about a competent man. You know, that competent man who's just wearing just a plain, like, polo with no signal, you know, plain polo shirt that don't have a horsey or an alligator on it. You know, instead of wearing, like, some $100 jeans, just wearing some Levi's he got on sale or even some stuff from Target, you know, might have a lot of money. Might have a lot of money. Might be competent. Might be very good. But you letting that style kill you. Now, I understand the style, and I tell guys to develop a style, but at the same time, women got to meet these guys halfway. Now, seriously, everybody ain't stylish like that, but that don't mean they're not competent, all right? So I want y'all to think about that. You want that competent guy. Shoot, you might have to get past. He might not be as stylish. And you're going to have to accept how stylish he is stylish. Whatever he does. If you want a competent man. Now, if you want like Mr. Showpiece and Mr. Styling, hey, shit, you stick with that. But don't complain when you don't get that competent man. Don't let the clothes stop you from getting them. All right? Always, hey, he look like he washed himself. You know, he trying to keep himself in decent shape. Boom. So anyway, that's all I got, ladies. I want y'all to think on this. Peace and blessings.